Good morning and welcome to MT News. This is Amy, and today we will be talking about what choices young adults can make right now to best achieve their educational, financial, and career goals regardless of circumstances. To find out more about what you need to know, let's go live to Reina.
What is the relationship between goal setting and budgeting?
When creating a budget, you always need to have a goal in mind. It allows you to spend both your time and money on something that will benefit you. These goals can be lifetime goals, such as your education or career. And having set that goal, you can then break it down into smaller goals and accomplish it sooner.
What are some tips to stay in budget?
Some tips to stay on budget will be always shop with the list, use budgeting smartphone app, and also log expensive every day. You can do that too, and maybe share your financial goals with other people, like your family members or something. And always just spend your money, the money you have, with receipt. And refurbish and recycle. Try to do one too. And always reward yourself without using any money, like something else besides money.
Okay, so explain what is needed to open a checking or savings account.
A checking account and savings account can be opened individually or jointly. You need your basic information, social security number, and a minimum opening deposit amount.
Explain what is needed to manage your checking account.
The most basic way you can manage your checking account is by balancing your checkbook, which is simply nothing more than recording the dates and amounts of your withdrawals and deposits so that you know how much money is available to you at all times.
How can managing a checking account help a person stay on budget?
Online banking is another way to manage your checking account because it allows you to use a computer to access your accounts through a secure password-protected online system.
So how can a savings account help a person to stay on a budget?
Well, when managing your savings account, be sure to only increase your amount in your savings so that until you're able to afford living without it. I would also recommend having an emergency savings fund and also start other goals for things like vacation or a car or just any others that are more high-end in terms of price.
Describe when a person should begin investing.
Anyone can start investing at any time, but it is best if they start investing when they have set a goal for the next few years to have their money increase as years pass by. They must also have a schedule when they plan to start investing and plan what year they want that money.
Explain several types of investment adults should make.
Stocks is a type of way of a security that signifies ownership in a corporation and represents claim on part of the corporation and a claim part on the corporation assets and earnings. And then another one would be mutual funds, which would be an investment program funded by shareholders that trades in diversified holdings and professionally managed. Certificate of deposits would be another one, which would be a specified interest rate and can be issued in any denomination. Certificate of deposits are generally issued by commercial banks and are insured by the FDIC, the federal something. Checkings accounts, an account at a bank against which checks can be drawn by the account and or the depositor.
What are some ways to build and maintain credit scores?
Well, the first and best way to do that is make all your payments on time. If you have charge cards, pay it off every time you charge something. Don't accumulate because you end up in the charge card cycle, which is not good. Another thing is have some stability in your life so that you show that you're working at a company for at least a year, also living in the same place for a year. But the most important part of that is making your payments on time. That is the most important thing.
What are some ways that a person can ruin their credit score?
Well, one way that a person could ruin their credit score would be by taking out a loan that they can't pay back, or charging on a credit card that when they're making their payments they don't make the minimum payment, and in the end then they get charged for that amount as well as the interest. So those are some ways that people could get bad credit or ruin their credit.
Describe what a good credit is.
Good credit is when you have a score that allows you to be able to buy the things that you want to buy that you can't afford with cash. So it gives you purchasing power. So if you want to buy a car, typically you got to get a loan. If you want to buy a house, you got to get a loan. If you want to go to school, you might have to get a loan. So good credit means that you have paid your bills on time and you've established some sort of confidence in banks that you're going to pay the money back. So, but it's really important to have good credit.
Credit, investment, and budgeting are sound personal financial solutions young adults can make to reach their career goal. It is essential to start their financial planning right away to avoid certain situations along the way, such as being in debt. Well, that's all I got for today now. Now back to you, Amy.
That's the MT News for today. For all of us at MT News all around the world, goodbye.